1 year later, the debris is gone from the gas explosion, but the area is still flat and fenced. Richard Myers' shuttle van was parked right here when everything crumbled around him. Why do you cry?
Because it's been tough.
This is Richard Myers today after surviving the most difficult year of his life.
Every time I see these poles, it's like, comes right back.
Those awful memories of Durham's gas explosion on North Duke Street, April 10th, 2019 at 10:06 a.m. This image shows Myers' Carolina livery shuttle van after the area blew up. This angle was just seconds before.
I really have tried to put out of my mind because it was horrific. I actually thought I was going to die. I mean, I was waking up every day crying.
The 66-year-old says doctors diagnosed him with PTSD after suffering a traumatic brain injury. He says back in June, workers' comp stopped providing his medical care.
My wife and I were really upset. We didn't understand that decision.
Now he's back fighting that decision with the Industrial Commission while footing the bill for health issues he says still exist.
I have headaches every day. I have ringing in my ears. Probably the biggest challenge is my fatigue.
Businesses downtown were also weakened, and today many are still trying to stay afloat during the COVID-19 pandemic. In all, 25 people were injured by the explosion, 9 of them firefighters. The gas explosion was due to a broken gas line that Durham Fire Chief Robert Zoldos ruled an accident. 7 months after the devastating blast, he told us one lesson learned is empowering his team to completely shut down streets for gas leaks.
And I really appreciate life itself right now.
But also honoring and remembering the greatest tragedy last year, the 2 lives lost, Caffeinate coffee shop owner Kong Lee and PSNC worker Jay Rambo, a first responder rushing to the scene to help shut off the gas. Richard Myers and so many other victims are still struggling. If you would like to support them, go to our website, abc11.com.
Hey. Stop screaming! Let me build it! Jesus.
It's dawn, and Terrell Williams is wide awake, playing with his toys before his school bus arrives.
Wake up, brush my teeth, wash my face, put some grease on.
For 2 weeks, the 9-year-old has been living in this hotel room with his mother and 3 brothers. Their apartment in McDougal Terrace no longer safe because of concerns of carbon monoxide. So how are things going?
Good.
So what do you tell your friends at school about while you're in a hotel?
I tell them about what happened because sometimes they think that we just got kicked out or something.
Ready to start your day?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go get your tablet. How your baby brothers doing?
Good.
They enjoying the hotel?
Yeah, but they keep running around. Look at SpongeBob.
Everybody's, Hey, TJ, give it to him.
Okay, I'm ready.
He just fell off the fridge. He busted his chin open and got 4 stitches. The whole room was covered in blood.
I want to go outside
And why do you want to go outside?
so I can play on the swings and play tag.
Do you feel safe at McDougal Terrace? No?
Mm-mm.
Why?
Because it's a whole bunch of shooting.
Did you see him?
When I went over there, he was laying on the ground. And then a whole bunch of police came and put this black cover over him.
Do you still want to go back to McDougal Terrace?
Kinda.
Kinda?
If they don't fix the problem about the carbon monoxide, they might say that they fixed it, but they really didn't. And then we might go in there, and then the next day we won't wake up.
That is correct, Dewan. The looting here, they got that under control, and now a lot of police are headed to Triangle Town Center. I want to bring Emmanuel in. He heard about the protest here at North Hills and wanted to join. Tell me personally why you want to be a part of it.
You know, I want people to understand it's difficult to watch, you know, people of our color die for no reason, in handcuffs, on the ground, detained. People screaming for help, man. That's it. They don't understand that. That's all they care about, man. They care about change. They tired of seeing people die.
So let me ask you this, because there's been a lot of looting and a lot of destruction. And there are people that are saying that the message that you're trying to bring home is being hijacked.
Yes, but it's a direct result of what's happening. That's true. I feel like it is going overboard myself, personally. Like I told you, I'm not against it, but I can't say I'm for it either. Because me personally, I'm just a 33-year-old black man. That's all I am. I work every day. I abide by the law. And I'm not going to go in here in these businesses. I have, you know, black friends and white friends that have businesses. I'm not about to go in here and mess up anybody's hard-working stuff.
What has your experience been like as a black man and dealing with police?
It's hard. It's hard because not all cops, I'm going to say that live in front of everybody, not all cops are bad. That's true. But there are cops here in Raleigh that'll use their badge and forcefully harass you. Because I'm walking down the street with a hoodie on, I'm not doing anything. I shouldn't be profiled. I shouldn't be thrown in jail because I look like somebody. You know what I mean? I've been, in 2013, I was arrested for a DWI with my keys in my pocket, standing in a yard, slammed up against the car with my head on the hood, in handcuffs, blowing through a breath detector, passing the breath detector, and should have been released. But I was thrown in jail, harassed the entire way for nothing. And that's all we saying out here. We tired. Enough is enough, man. People want results. So what we have to do is we all got to come together. That's true. We all have to come together. But all of this tonight, last night, and all during the week is a direct result of people of color being killed, detained. What can I do to you? What can I do to you in handcuffs?
What was your reaction to the video of George Floyd dying?
Terrible, man. It's the most horrific thing I've ever seen in my life. And I'm furious. It hurt me to my soul to see a man in handcuffs on the ground with a knee on his neck, a knee in his back, and a knee on his legs. He's all the way detained. Why does he have to die? It don't matter what he did. We're in a pandemic. He forged a check. We're in a pandemic. He might have lost his job. He might have no money to feed his family. So he made a wrong decision.
Well, we don't know, you know, we don't know the outcome of that.
That's allegedly what they said. You know, he forged a check. But that is no reason for you to die. They took an oath to protect and serve this community. If you do a crime, yeah, you have to go to jail and you do your time. I'm not against that. But that's what the law is here for you to rehabilitate yourself and then come out and be a better man, not die, period. That's unacceptable, and I think everybody all over the world is showing it. So now, it's up to them. If they change, I guarantee you this will stop. But if they don't change, it won't stop.
Emmanuel, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So, Dewan, you can hear the passion and you can hear the frustration. He's tired. So many people are tired.
Tim, an emotional interview, just as you described, with that 33-year-old man there at North Hills Mall, who you have said he decided to show up, did not loot, says he abides by the law. Obviously, visibly frustrated, hurt, grieving, a lot of emotions for him tonight.
Yeah. I mean, Dewan, you and I have talked about this. We've texted about this. This has been a difficult week. You know, I have not been able to look at the full 9-minute video just because I get emotional thinking about, you know, someone that I know being hurt like that. So I feel his pain. I feel so many of the people here that are protesting their pain. It's just disappointing, you know, to see something like this, the looting and the violence, diluting the message.
In the late 1800s, North Carolina native George Henry White served 2 terms as the nation's only elected black representation in Congress until 1901. White, a Republican who was born a slave, also introduced the country's first anti-lynching bill. His legacy stretches past Congress. He started a law practice and a commercial bank for blacks up north, and he founded the town of Whitesboro, New Jersey. But for decades in White's birthplace of Rosendale-Bladen County, just 1 hour south of Fayetteville, he seemed forgotten.
Even though he left, you still honor a person's home.
In 2010, Dorothy Bryan, a researcher of White's history, told me the county's disregard of any physical recognition of him was embarrassing.
And I cannot understand why those people have not awakened to a native son's achievements.
Fast forward to 2020, this is the George Henry White Memorial Center in Bladen County. It's a place where the community can gather for educational workshops, health and wellness seminars, all while honoring White's legacy.
Needs to be something to do to uplift his name. We was concerned that he's sort of overlooking the mainstream of American history.
Vincent Spalding from Durham is a descendant of White. He saw the story and Bryan's comments.
That touched my heart.
In 2014, his family launched a $120,000 fundraising campaign to renovate this donated home. So far, they've raised half of that, with the goal of officially opening at the end of the year.
Well, we feel really good about that. His determination, his motivation to empower people through economic opportunities.
Spalding says the GHW Center will also be a place where the community can get access to food. Bladen County's poverty rate is double the national average. George Henry White's legacy, living on in his birth county, a landmark that will aim to help others like he did. In Bladen County, Tim Pulliam, ABC 11, Eyewitness News.
The mayor says that the majority of the people infected with COVID-19 are young people. We spoke with a teenager who just recently tested positive for the virus this week.
I have never felt that exhausted and sick before in my life.
19-year-old Chloe Baker suffered from body aches, fever, sore throat, and coughing after returning home to Durham from London 2 weeks ago. The Wake Forest University sophomore believes she contracted coronavirus while touring London with her school's choir. She says a second student also testing positive.
I really want people to take it seriously.
Including the stay-at-home order going into effect across the Triangle and here in Durham. She says young people she knows are being reckless.
There's a hashtag on social media called Coronacations, and I saw someone put that on their beach post from like 4 days ago. Think of the one person who this would be fatal to or detrimental to in your life, and remember them.
Since her diagnosis, Chloe gets a call from the health department each day to monitor her condition, which is improving. Right now, she's isolating with her mom at home, who is waiting to see if she has COVID-19. Chloe passes the time with homework, puzzle games, and stitching London landmarks.
I'm cross-stitching Parliament right now.
Her father and brother don't have the virus, but forced to move out and self-isolate from the family.
It's been really difficult, and I've had to kind of busy myself to keep from crying or being upset about it.
How are you today?
I'm doing good today. I just have nasal congestion now, and I can't really smell or taste that well. But I mean, other than that, I just have a little bit of a cough, but the fever and the body aches, like the worst symptoms, are completely gone.
Chloe says that doctors expect that she will be better by Sunday and possibly reunited with her family if no one is sick. Tim Pulliam, ABC 11, Eyewitness News.